How's it going, people? Salmon Slabber here, and yeah, nice little RSMax update. It's been a couple of days, and surprisingly enough, I've actually now got 99 mining. Kind of wasn't really expecting to get it that quickly, but yeah, kind of went on a bit of a mad one yesterday and knocked out something ridiculous like 700k XP. So yeah, that is done and dusted. Otherwise, I've actually just got another farming level, so I'm now another mill away from a level, which is, I would say, nice, but that would be lying. Next up, I've just started agility now, and yeah, as you can see, I've actually got 88 agility. And as many of you know, once you hit 80, well, give 80 plus a take. If you're using summer pies, you can use this gnome agility course, which is what I'm actually using now. And yeah, I've actually learned a little tactic which you just saw that bloke there use, and I'll just give you a little glance now. For those of you curious or you plan on leveling up agility, it is nice to know. The only thing you need is the mage sprint forward ability. If you set your camera to roughly about this, then yeah, it makes life a lot easier and you can go around here quite quickly, surprisingly enough. As you can see on screen now, well, the video itself, this is how I typically have my RuneScape set up. Doing it this way, I've got like a full-on widescreen version of RuneScape. You can see a lot further to your sides this way than you would typically, which is why I'm using it. And that right there, using the mage skill to instantly teleport to the start of the course, does speed it up quite a hell of a lot. You'll be surprised. You'll start lapping people who aren't using that same tactic very easily, surprisingly enough. And yeah, it does increase your XP per hour, albeit slightly. The only other one is if you was to click, say there for example, before you click on these, then that would speed her up a little bit again. So yeah, that's what I've come to, doing my agility now. I'm probably only going to take this up to 90, although I might just end up using the entirety of my skull boots. I've also got an agility pendant to use, so I may do that. I've still got to touch up for thieving, because I'm thinking in a couple of days, probably next Tuesday I would have thought, you'll have the Carillion Desert task come in. If not, it'll probably be the week after. So yeah, bit of a rush to try and get the thieving up, although it's only going to be the elite, so it'll probably just be enter pyramid plunder up the top level. So not too hard to do, especially if I space the task guides up a bit. Just give me an extra couple of days. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do this little tactic while talking. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the rest of this now, but yeah. At the moment, I'm kind of thinking 90 plus and everything, as this armor update supposedly has made Slayer quite a bit slower. So I'm in no real rush to that, and probably just try and wait around for a little bit to see if they do actually change anything. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Slayer will be next month, and along with that will be Herblore and Summoning. And hopefully, if I can keep the QBD runs going, although it is pretty slow and I haven't really bothered the past couple of days, then 99 farming will also be in February, so 4 99s, which is pretty insane. But yeah, other than that, not sure what I should level to 99 or whether I should just level everything to 90 for this month, as I've got pretty much half a month to waste. So, yeah, just give us a comment. Let me know what you think, whether I should get it for the 90 milestone cape or maybe go for 99 dungeoneering, as I think that probably will be the next one up, if I do it this month anyway. Yeah, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it. I don't know how many people actually know about the exiled Calphite Queen, as I didn't really mention it in the last one. In fact, I actually completely forgot about it at the time, and I haven't actually seen anyone down there, I gotta be honest. It's basically a slightly tougher version of the Calphite Queen, and the drops so far seem to be the same as the Calphite Queens, except for in a larger quantity. So for example, the Wine Zazami, you get like a double version of it, which all in all is actually pretty good, and it's not so massively overpowered that it's impossible to kill, but it is fairly strong, same as the others, and may worth be checking out. It is in that same place you kill the Calvite King, so yeah, give that a little go if you like your bit of bossing. You can knock down the exiled Calvite Queen. Other news. Not a lot, to be totally honest. Quest guide tomorrow. I honestly completely and utterly forgot about it. The past couple of days I've quite literally just focused purely on mining. I haven't even got a quest guide raw footage file or anything. So yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. On that note though, as I'm not really sure what quest I'm going to do at the moment, I'm kind of considering the penguin sets, just so I can get the extra penguin points per week, and that should hopefully make me a little bit more XP a bit easier, because there's no point me doing the penguin sets last, as it'll just be kind of just a waste of XP, to be honest. So yeah, Cold War is what I'm currently thinking, although if you have any suggestions that could help me out, I'm all ears, to be totally honest. So yeah, QBD, that's what I wanted to talk about. So as you know, I have been killing the QBD for quite a while, and I kind of got it down to a T prior to this update. And whilst doing it that way, I was getting probably on average 4 kills per inventory using a turtle at the same time. And that's just wearing Bando's top, bottom, Nezzy helm, Fury, Dragon boots, and Barrow's gloves. Nothing spectacular, but gear most people could afford, if you get what I mean. And yeah, that was 4 kills per, and I'd very often get 6 kills per inventory towards the end, as I was getting more and more used to it. Which is quite a massive feat, gotta be honest, because there's no need to go back to the bank, which means no wasting time, and yeah, pretty awesome. But right now, I've gone back to the QBD the past couple of days. I haven't really done a massive amount of trips, as I said. I have been concentrating on mining like a psychopath. So yeah, my recent little game with QBD seems to be, even though I've bought better armor, just to show you the difference, instead of using Barrow's gloves, I'm using Goliath's, and instead of using Dragon boots, I bought Bando's boots. And even with those few little upgrades, and there are some others, but I can't remember what they are at the moment off the top of my head, it did give me quite a large chunk of extra armor and life point bonus, which, yeah, you'd think would pretty much just make a huge difference. But to be totally honest, it really doesn't. Before, keeping in mind that I was killing 4 to 6 per imagery, and now I'm just about getting 2 with exactly the same setup and exactly the same tactics, kind of shows how the armor / life bonus difference is actually made. Like, as good example is Pigeon and Athcatlia, 2 mates of mine, and or you know, the partner on TheCompleteRS. They've both been doing QBD as well, and both of those are using Torva instead of my Bando setup. And they've actually been getting more kills, if not the same as what I was getting. So it seems using Torva as before, using Torva and using Bandos, there was almost no difference at all, to be totally honest. We was both getting about the same kills every single time. Whereas now, using Bandos gives you a massive disadvantage compared to someone using Torva, as Torva seems to make quite a significant difference in how much you actually have to heal. As I've noticed now that those grot worms are actually hitting me a lot harder than they was. Which, fair play, is what they should be doing, as I'm now using the top gear in the game. But yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, as it's kind of put a dent in my money making ability. Not a huge amount, mind, but it's enough to make a difference. It's now, instead of getting roughly, say, 2-3 mil per, it's typically about 3 mil, I think it was, prior to this update. Doing it now, I'm getting about 2 mil without any like major drops, for example, so without a visage or crossbow pieces, things like that. But though that is with the Dragon Bone kit, and yeah, they kind of sell at a random amount of money, so not too reliable. So it's about 2 mil a trip I'm getting, which granted is still quite a lot, don't get me wrong, but to fulfill my actual goal of getting 6 mil a day, yeah, it's kind of making life hard for me. Although, good advantage, now that I have 99 mining, I've actually sold the Dragon Pick, which has got me a couple of mil back. And that's pretty much covered my QBD for the past couple of days, a little bit. It really is a small amount, as you've got all the bots up there now getting Dragon Picks, and that's dropped the price in it quite a lot, surprisingly. Really didn't think it would affect it that much. When I originally bought it, which was, I think, Decemberish, it was over 9 mil at the time, and right now it's selling for about 5 mil. So it's halved in price in, well, a month and a half. Which is pretty disgusting, gotta be honest. Just shows how many bots are up there and how many they're getting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just to show the difference. QBD guide I did say I was going to do last weekend. Sorry about that, I was busy. I did mention it before, I think, in one of the older videos. But now with this update came along, I guess it's actually a good thing. I kind of missed it last weekend, as it would have been an absolute moot guide pretty much instantly with this armor update. As I don't know if I'm going to be able to change my tactics to try and make it better, or if I'm going to have to use a different weapon setup, things like that. So I've got to go through this all again now to try it out. I have done Mage, for those of you interested in Maging the QBD, and it's actually not bad. The problem with Mage is you don't do a significant amount of damage through using abilities like you do with Melee. That's the one thing Melee's got on top of it, is using things like Assault and Sever. You can knock out, with Assault at least, if you've got Berserk up, 3 5k hits on the bounce, which is massively disgusting, and you can follow it up with Sever, which would most likely hit another 5k. Mage, on the other hand, you only really have Asphyxiate, which doesn't hit a humongous amount, although it is fairly tasty. But that's pretty much it. Your basic abilities are pretty much useless. They don't add a massive amount of damage. And yeah, the one great thing about using Mage though is using the Mage armor. As long as you stay close to the QBD while fighting it, like you would as if you was meleeing, you won't actually take an incredible amount of damage from the QBD nor from the grot worms. Pretty much the main thing you need to focus on is the actual firewalls and the shade special attacks. So technically, using Mage, you pretty much could get away with taking barely any damage at all per round if you went about it like the slow way of going around dodging the firewalls, etc. So Mage is pretty good. As I said, it is slow, so sometimes you may take 2 doses of overload / anti-fire / whatever per kill, which is pretty terrible, to be honest. And yeah, I haven't tried range yet, as I have no decent range gear. I am tempted to buy Carl's to try it out, and I might make a separate individual guide for melee in the QBD, range in the QBD, and mage in the QBD. And of course you've got different level versions of it as well, but I obviously can't afford the next sets, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I might try and get Pigeon involved and get him to cover them, which would be pretty handy. But yeah, so it may take a little bit longer than I originally planned, and maybe you lot originally thought and hoped for. Sorry about that, but shit happens, you know? Can't really do nothing about it. And I'm kind of focused on getting this max cape rather than making random guides at the moment. But I will get around to it eventually, I promise. It will happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I pretty much covered everything I wanted to. So, I guess to sum it up, 99 mining, 96 farming, happy days, got the agility up, that's going to be 90 soon. Tomorrow, quest guide, any requests, I guess, or if you actually have anything in mind that could help me out with this max caping, because I can't really think of anything other than the Cold War and the Pigeon user quest lines just to get the extra Penguin points for more XP every week on random skills. Then yeah, just tell me about it, and I'll probably give that a go if it turns out to be better than the Cold War in the long run. Other than that, QBD guide, my bad, coming up soon, will take a little bit of time. So yeah, sorry. I'll see what I can do though. Next week, most likely Caribbean Desert tasks. Hopefully I'll be able to get the guide out on release, at least for the easy task, medium task maybe in the same day, maybe the next day. and same deal with the hard tasks, and the elite will have to probably wait until I get 91 thieving. So yeah, pretty busy, gotta be honest. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you enjoy the video, and quest guide tomorrow. So until then, people, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.